Hey everyone, Mike DeMora here, Redondo Beach, California at the NCP Fitness corporate office. So anyway, today, in today's blog, I really wanted to go over just one of our most basic fundamental things in our whole program, which is the neutral spine. Do we understand what neutral spine is, right? So we understand that the spine actually has four curves or two sets of two curves, right? So it has the curve for the top of the head. It has, or, top of the spine. It has the curve for the thoracic spine. It has the curve for the lumbar spine. And then of course it has the curve at the sacrum / coccyx. And so what I want you to really think about is keeping neutral spine when we do our exercises. I've watched some people exercise, and and once again, I'm not trying to be critical, but at the same point in time, I see these people doing pushes, and what do? They all round forward and do this kind of thing. And I see these people doing pulls, and they're all out of shape and what have you, and they're losing their neutral spine. So one of the most important things that we need to work on is bringing in that what holds our spine together, what wraps around our spine and gives us that protection. Well, it's called the transverse abdominis, and that is the key. That is the key to intersegmental spinal stabilization. Whoa, I know that's wait a minute, now I'm getting a little too technical, but basically what it means is that the spine is made up of intersegmental pieces, each of the vertebra. And so what wraps all of it together is this thing called the transverse abdominis, which goes around and keeps everything in place with some intra-abdominal pressure. Once again, don't want to use all these big words, but I'm trying to make sure you understand how important it is. Now, the TVA, or transverse abdominis, when you breathe in, the belly should actually fill with air. So your belly should actually pump out, and then when you breathe out, that's when you should release the air and your belly button should come in. Now, anytime that we need to stabilize our spine, we should it should be part of our nature, part of our natural occurrence to bring our belly button into our body. Bring our belly button into our body, which tightens the structure and wraps around all of our internal organs and and basically stabilizes our spine. Now, we try to teach this with every movement skill. It's the standard, literally the standard, and that's not a play on words as our standard personal training course, but it is our standard that we teach that with every movement. Before we do anything, we check neutral spine. Now, I was on the internet about a month ago, maybe month and a half ago, and I found this amazing piece of equipment that's just been made. Give me a second. This is called the Bakbon. It's awesome. So it wraps around and it goes, right here in your thoracic spine. And then this stick goes out and it, of course, touches in the back of your head. And then the other stick comes down, and what does that do? That touches in between the cheeks, right at your sacrum. And so this is amazing. Now, for every year up till now, for the last 20 some odd years, we've just used a stick. Now, oddly enough, our friends at Stick Mobility, right? They have the stick for our stretching and all that kind of stuff. Well, we use that stick. We just We just put it back here and hold it. But now you walk around, you got to hold this, you do your exercises, then how are you going to push? How are you going to pull? How are you going to do anything if you've got both your hands holding it? It's amazing. Now we have We have the Bakbon, and it stays right there. It's amazing. You just slip it on, boop, boop, and it stays right where you want it. And now you can teach neutral spine throughout the whole workout. Fantastic. I can't thank him enough. Dan at Bakbon, I love it. 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 Once again, he sent me one to use to see if I liked it, to give me some, give him some back tips and what have you. And it's just awesome. It is literally awesome. It solves all of our problems, once again, of trying to hold this stick or the trainer having to hold it while you try to move and do all this kind of stuff. It's awesome. It's called the Bakbon. I'm going to get you some more information as we go. In fact, if you are an NCP trainer, we are going to have a special coupon code for the backbone. And once again, I am not trying to feel like, oh, I'm selling this for no reason. I am selling this because I believe in it and I think it's an amazing product. And I think every trainer needs to get one. Remember, you'd only really need one to just hand off to your different clients, but then your clients maybe should get one because what? Because they should use it when they work out on their own. So anyway, love the backbone. We'll talk to you about it a little bit more. But getting back into that neutral spine, very, very, very important that we work on neutral spine in all of our exercises. Remember, we have what? Those 7 checkpoints. Before we do any exercise, we look what? Head and neck. We look what? Shoulders. Then we look what? Lower back. Then we go to the what? The hips. We check out the hips and pelvis. Then we go where? The knees. Make sure they don't cave in, move out. Then we look for what? Foot and ankle. We look at those checkpoints all the time before we do any exercise. That is what's most important. Guys, I've seen so much bad movement, right? I watch these people exercising, and yes, are they getting cardiovascular conditioning? Yes, they are. Are they using their muscles? Yes, they are. But they're in such bad form that I just wonder how much good it's actually doing on so many different levels. So using the backbone's fantastic because now you're covered from what? From basically your butt all the way to your head. Now that's all covered. Now you as a trainer, now we just need to focus on what? From the hips down. So it really, really, really gives you a whole exercise protocol that you can just check, right? And work through. All righty, I think I've rambled enough. Thank you so much. And once again, we will give you some more information about the backbone coming soon. Have a great, great week. We'll talk to you next week. God bless.